Hello everybody, welcome to, I think this is the third episode now of me wild camping, this time in an ancient woodland in Marcham, Oxfordshire. I got followed to this campsite by builders who were working on some new land just up the road, so I thought it was best to stay quiet and just do the majority of this video as filming and try and just get through the night without being moved on. I didn't get moved on in the end, but it was pretty nerve-wracking through the night, as this is the first time I've been followed somewhere I'm camping. It was pretty strange. I think on about 3 occasions these builders came down to look for me throughout the day, or just sort of put me on edge all night. Now my main goal of coming to this woodland essentially was to find an ancient woodland, and looking on the satellite I could see this woodland wasn't just like any other. In the UK, an ancient woodland means it's been there since at least the 1600s, which means I had to look for a couple of clues. Clue 1 was irregular boundaries, the second clue was mixed species of trees, and clue 3 was undisturbed wet ground near the fen system. All of these I found on the satellite imagery, and that's why I made my choice and came to this location. This kind of woodland is insane for wildlife. You'll find roe deer moving through here, badgers digging in the dire drains, tawny owls up in the canopy, woodpeckers hammering away. Because of the links to the fens, it's basically a wildlife motorway. This is why I love exploring local spots. You don't need to travel hours, sometimes the best places are right on your doorstep. Most people never step off the path to see it. You can feel straight away, it's damp, it's quiet and the ground's soft. That's because we're right near Sanford Brook. Woodland like this, especially elder growing, is called woodland or elder carr, and it's rare. It means the chances are we are in an ancient woodland, and all the species that I spoke about before I did see here. I did hear woodpeckers, and the owl kept me up all night. At this point, as you can see, I keep looking up. I'm looking for these builders, just waiting for them to drive down that lane and tell me to pack up my gear and keep it moving. Now you can see me setting up the fold-away stove that I take on every trip with me during the winter months. A lot of people ask me for details of where I get these stoves on my live streams, and I will attach links on some of my social media pages, or drop me a message if you're interested. I'd say this stove is a lifesaver. It gets the tent up to 34 degrees or more and keeps me warm all night, and I don't have to really worry about getting up with my 3-season sleeping bag. Majority of the night, even when I wake up in the morning, the tent remains over 10 degrees unless it's minus degrees temperature through the night, which I haven't had many experiences with that yet, unless it's been in the garden at home, which then I've done 2 nights like that. But still, the temperature stayed fine and everything's good. When it comes to wood, the fire goes through so much wood, it's unbelievable. It shocks me every time I go out, as I cut more and more wood every time and still manage to burn through it. This time I'm cut 9 big blocks, and I managed to go through every single block during the night and the next morning. The only difference this time is I didn't chop my thumb in half. As you can see now, I'm stacking the wood inside the tent. The wood goes so fast, faster than you think. I'll stack this up, and this was still with 2 big blocks left to chop as an emergency, which I did use the following morning before I left. found this little skull. I think it must be a little roe deer or something. So there must be quite a bit of wildlife around here. And I set up the trail camera next in this little stream. I could see plenty of footprints off the deer, and I did see little white-tailed deer and also roe deer. As you can see, the camera's brand new, so we peeled it off, looked for a place to set it up. Whilst I was also setting it up, I noticed there was a dead pigeon, what must have fallen that day, across the stream from where I set up the camera. I put the pigeon in front of the camera thinking maybe a fox or something would come through and pick it up during the night. But as you'll see later on in the video, I think at the end, nothing actually did come through apart from a few deer early in the morning, I think about 10 to 6. I come back from then, it was getting dark, so I thought it was about time to get the fire started, and I was just about to jump on the live stream and get some food done as well. This is one of my favourite times of the evening. The whole trip, every trip, this is my most favourite time. It's just when I look out the tent, I see the smoke going up and the sun's setting. And the next bit, I recorded at 3 o'clock in the morning of this owl that was keeping me awake. It was an absolute nightmare. Morning everyone. We survived anyway. I was so worried about that tree last night up there falling on me. I couldn't get to sleep till about 4 this morning. I'm knackered, so I'm looking to get this packed up and get out of here this morning, get back home and get this video out. But before we do that, I've got to go and get the trail camera, so I thought I'd take you for a little walk with me and just say just thought I'd drop a massive thank you again in this video to all the new people who have subscribed and followed the pages. It sort of blew up this week with me chopping my thumbs, so it's been great actually. And I've forgotten my phone, so I can't even check until we get back to the tent if there's any footage on the trail camera or not, but we'll see. Bike's out there. Guys, so worried all night, restless, could not get to sleep. I kept thinking, God, something's going to fall on me, something's going to fall on me. Nothing ever fell. Right, we're nearly here. Can you spot it? I baited out a dead pigeon last night for this, and it's still there. That's it. Here's the trail cam. Let's get this unhooked, get back to the tent and see what we got on it. So pretty much this is all that came through. It was all pretty much at the same time in the morning as well, about 10 to 6 as you can see at the bottom there. It was 2 degrees outside, but I remember waking up at 6 in the morning and it being I think 11 degrees inside the tent, so it wasn't that bad. Well, we did better than this guy, but I feel like this guy, I feel dead. That was the worst night yet. That was awful. I must have got to sleep about 4 o'clock, I woke up at 7. The owl would not stop all night. It was a nightmare. And the reason I didn't do much talking in the first bit, and there's a lot of voiceover in it, is because yesterday I got followed down here, and all night long I've been worried that whoever followed me down here is going to come back down here. So literally been the worst trip yet. 3 out of 10. Not coming here again. It might be an ancient woodland. We don't know. We never found out. But we'll figure something out in the next trip anyway. We've got to figure out a better place to go, I know that for sure. This has been a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. That was pretty much it, guys. After that, I packed up, I took these drone shots and I tried to get off of the field, and no sooner I was off the field, the farmer turned up. So I didn't get any comments, but I did get some dirty looks off of him as I was sort of driving off of the land. But yeah, after this I chased a hare with the drone quickly. I think that's coming up now. I think you can see it there in the distance. I should fly over to it anyway. But yeah, this trip weren't the best. The next trip should be better. Here I go chasing down the drone across the field. You'll see it in the middle. Off he goes. They are fast, but a drone's faster. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let this clip roll out until I finish chasing this drone, this hare, and then I will catch you guys in the next trip where we are looking for a certain mushroom. So stay tuned to the channel, guys. Drop a subscription on it, and I will see you next time.